neutral rating is because we expect Elon Musk to have announcements that continue to surprise investors to the upside. What we've identified for people is the entry into the Indian market, which will be just as material as the China market for them. And then the mini car, which I think could be even more important. Obviously a great opportunity to sell that both in Europe and then in India and China. The Model 3 has had proportionately much larger uptake. You can imagine being a fantastic vehicle for those markets, and more coming. So, there's good potential for him to make his numbers and continue to see decent growth. So not a great name to be short.
But here you kind of discuss the price target is kind of sums up the whole story for Tesla right now, which is there are a lot of really positive fundamental factors at play, and yet you think the stock price is too high. I mean, how do you come down to the valuation that you're at?
So what I've been saying for a while is we have something like 400 EVs that are going to be on the road by 2025. And people have been treating Tesla like it operates in a vacuum. So they've done impeccably. But they don't have any magic sauce. They don't have any battery technology that other people do not have. And you will see real competition. So, yes, there have been a lot of duds out of Detroit and the European automotive OEMs. But right now you're seeing a lot of SPACs come to market. A lot of companies like Fisker Automotive, for example, has got a history of designing beautiful cars. Mm-hmm. People are putting $1 billion in his hands to get out there and get it done right, and several others. And, I would say the catalyst in the sector from a trading standpoint has really been the negative catalyst has been sort of the betting odds and the betting books for an R versus a D in the White House. People were putting on trades for one outcome over the other, and they started coming off this week when the betting odds changed for different betting houses. So, really there's a couple things here as far as the NASDAQ volume, and then the negative momentum in the sector around people hoping for more generous subsidies going forward.
Let me make sure I'm understanding, Craig. The stock currently trades at 410. Your price target is what exactly?
It is 150.
So,
it is 150.
So that would be you're saying that two-thirds of the value of this company is going to go bluey by when?
So you have a company that's not going to produce 500,000 vehicles this year. They're going to produce. They said they're going to have a hard time producing 500,000 vehicles. That has very recently been valued similarly to the sum of the entire automotive sector, something like 40 million vehicles. That makes no sense. This is a company that will have real competition, both on the technology side, as far as autonomous driving, and as far as the different vehicle platforms and options that are being presented to consumers. They're already losing market share in Europe in EVs. And, people have just been too aggressively positive. It's been a momentum trade. And, I think it's not really a great place for someone to be long, but it has proven to be very tricky to be short.
Craig, I want to go back to something that you said about the competition that's coming for Tesla, which is why you have a lower stock price with 400 electric vehicles on the road by 2025. You said they have no better battery tech than anybody else. Is that true? Yeah. Because it seems to me like the rest of the market is trying to catch up with a lot of what's happening in their gigafactories, and that they're working hard to try to come up with batteries that maybe use less cobalt, which is really expensive. They're working on the million-mile battery, so to speak. We have a big battery day coming up when we might get some of these announcements. There's the former employee who's now working on a battery initiative to maybe recycle some of these metals so that they can keep their hands on supply going forward. Are they not one of the leaders in battery tech?
So they do invest very heavily. There's no question about that. But the core of their technology actually came from Panasonic. Panasonic is hands down the world's best in electrochemistry. There are many good companies out there. If many institutional investors that I've had conversations with have gone back and checked with Panasonic and Samsung SDI and LG Chem and BYD to cross-verify what I've said over the last couple of years on Tesla. And, I encourage people to do that. The reality is they don't have anything that nobody else has. That is a very, very important thing to say. Maxwell Technologies that they bought, that battery electrode stuff, is a dud. The stuff from Miltech out of Maryland is actually much more interesting. That's what Daimler and 3 Asian OEMs are actually adopting for potential technology solution for different electrode production, different economics on electrode production. Tesla may have a big factory, but they're not the only one.